Welcome to another video on writing tips and tricks for the IELTS exam. In IELTS Writing Task 1, Academic, when the information in a line graph, a bar chart, a pie chart or a table relates to a period of time, you need to be able to describe change. In this video, we're going to look at the third of three structures you can use to do that in the IELTS test in order to improve your grammatical range and accuracy. I'm going to play a short extract from an early video in which I walk you through the structure, and then I'll tell you how you can practice it every day in order to make it automatic. So we've just seen that instead of saying sales went up or sales went down, we would say sales increased or decreased or rose or fell or declined, and then significantly, considerably, and so on. So we've got alternatives to go up and go down. Now, another verb that you can use in a formal context is see, and we would use it with the adjective plus noun structure. So we're going back to the adjective plus noun structure, but with a different variation. Instead of saying there was a significant increase in sales, sales is now the subject, as with the second structure, and here we say sales saw, not sales did or not sales had, just sales saw a significant increase. Just as with the first structure, it had is not the appropriate way to say it to start things. It would be there was. Here, sales saw, not sales had. And any of the adjectives you can use with any of the nouns, depending on the statistics that you're describing, and also depending on which expressions you've used in previous sentences. So you've got lots of variation. Just remember sales saw. I said that we have a mixture of regular and irregular verbs, so just a quick reminder. Regular verbs like increase or decrease or decline end in ed, so increase, increased, increased. But we've got three irregular verbs: rise, fall and see. So make sure you know these three irregular verbs: rise, rose, risen. Pronunciation is risen, but you don't need to worry about that for the writing. Fall, fell, fallen, and see, saw, seen. Now, the tense you use will depend on the data that you're summarizing. Often it will be historical data, and you will simply use the past simple. But if it continues until the present, you might want to use the present perfect. So in the last 5 years, the price has risen significantly. Or sometimes you have to describe projections, in which case you might say that it is expected or projected that the price will rise, which would be the infinitive with will. So don't forget, make sure you have memorized those irregular verbs. That's the grammatical structure. So here's how you can practice it every day to make it second nature. Find a line graph that shows the price of Dogecoin, and then either write or simply say aloud 2 sentences. First, you could say, for instance, yesterday, the price of Dogecoin saw a dramatic fall. And it would be saw in the past simple because see is an irregular verb. And remember that the adjective, which gives us an alternative to very big, is dramatic, not dramatical. Then you could say, today, the price of Dogecoin has seen a marginal rise. And it would be has seen, because in the present perfect, we use the past participle of see. See, saw, seen. Again, let me remind you that I'm just suggesting a way you can prepare for IELTS Writing Task 1 that's fun. I'm not giving financial advice.